Good morning, guys. Coming to you post-workout. I just finished a really good morning workout. And I wanted to talk about something that I think is really important right now. And it's for the mamas out there with the little kids. The mamas out there with the little kids. I want to talk to you guys because I'm getting a lot of questions from moms and parents. And even if you don't have little ones, it could still be for like the younger demographic. There's a influx right now of strep throat. And so a lot of moms are calling to say my kid is on their third round of strep throat or fourth round of strep throat or even fifth round. I had someone reach out to me a couple days ago saying that her kid has had strep throat 5 times and has been treated with antibiotic 5 times. Traditionally, penicillin or amoxicillin, kind of broad spectrum, get rid of it. Normally, strep throat is bacterial. So obviously, an antibiotic is the classic support for it. And sometimes it works. But what happens is if it's not working, that's what I want to talk about today is let's pretend you're like, it's not working. Something is not getting better. Kid's not getting better. It's happening again. Is a couple things. One of which is something that I think happens is that little ones take antibiotics and then parents move on and that's the end of the story. They just assume, well, I took the antibiotic, the infection was cleared, move forward, right? Wrong. And the reason why is that somebody has to come in and re-inoculate the gut. So when you take an antibiotic, everything, I kind of describe it like a forest fire where everything is burned and killed and gone. There's no trees, there's no leaves, there's no birds, there's no wood. Everything is gone. What ends up happening is that you have to, after being treated, re-inoculate or plant new trees, bring new flowers, bring new plants, bring in good, new, healthy, alive cells. So I think one of the factors that I would comment on if someone's saying I had my kid treated multiple times is, are they on a probiotic? Are they on something that's going to re-inoculate or repopulate their gut bacteria? Because otherwise they're walking around with no barrier to the outside world. Our digestive system is our immunity. 90% of our immunity is in our gut. And so if we don't help the gut to undo some of the work from antibiotics, it can lead the person to be weak again. You basically depleted their immune system further, right? They had the infection and then you wiped out their bacteria. It fixed the infection, but then they got sick again with something because you really didn't fix the immune system, which has to be kind of triaged. Also, I have a lot of suggestions I give to my mamas for holistic remedies because taking antibiotic, like we say, it wipes everything out. It sometimes creates more damage than good in some situations. Okay, not always, but in some situations, sometimes your doctor will say, we don't want to give your kid 3 courses of this. It's dangerous. It can lead to dysbiosis and problems in the gut. Some doctors that are a little bit more conservative are like, we need to take a second approach. What is that second approach? Sometimes they don't know. They're like, well, let's transition from maybe penicillin to amoxicillin. Let's try something different. There's a couple different types of antibiotics that can help with strep. But my invitation to women is if you're on an antibiotic, your child needs to be put on a probiotic. You definitely want to talk with someone about what type of probiotic. There are certain probiotic species. There's certain critters, lactobacillus, bifidobacter, that need to be put back in, that need to be replanted. So that's a big one. And then also moving into some natural anti-immune things. So there's a couple formulas that I use that basically say, let's hold off, let's do some stomach work. And I always inquire too, if a mom says my kid's been treated multiple times, I often look at not just strep. I want to know what has been going on with their gut in general. Are they bloated? Are they constipated? Are they colicky? Are they refluxy? I am not currently working with any children right now new to the practice. There are babies in my practice. I'm not working with any new babies. Okay, so just for moms out there that might be like, oh, maybe I need a consult. I'm not doing anything under the age of 16 right now. So just want to kind of clarify that there are other holistic providers that have the same knowledge, similar knowledge, and understand these same concepts that might be taking on little ones. So just a little preface there. But I guess for moms that feel kind of lost and they're like, what am I doing? Like one of the moms I spoke to was like, I literally can't do this again with my kid. Like, this is not the answer. This is not yielding a result for the kid. They're uncomfortable. Strep throat is painful. It's so painful. It comes sometimes with chills and fevers, and sometimes white patches, pus patches, sometimes no white pus patches, fevers. I think I said fevers. Chills. It's painful. The whole neck can get tight. Sometimes people can't move. They kind of move like this. It's really uncomfortable, and it can take time to heal. And if you're getting chronic, there's more to the story. Okay, so that's my thought process is if you're getting chronic strep throat, there's more to the story. We may need to look at what other factors could be affecting your immune system. Sometimes little ones have fleas and ticks too, meaning they have one issue and then they have another issue. You can have multiple things happening kind of simultaneously. So you really want to get treatment. There's definitely going to be some gut protocols that will be supported to help re-inoculate and then rebuild that colon, rebuild that small bowel, rebuild that stomach lining, rebuild that mucilaginous membrane so that your immune system is not getting sick again and again and again and again. Okay, so I would definitely say it's important to look at that, because if you keep taking antibiotics 4 or 5 times, problems will arise. And so even primary Western doctors often say, we don't really want to give this to you. This is not going to actually help. So there are other options. There's throat sprays. There's B. propolis throat sprays. There's Woodstock makes a really good throat spray with echinacea and Gilead. Golden Seal, really good to spray on the throat. And then also look at what else could be going on. And is it actually strep, or is it strep end? Oftentimes my patients say, yeah, the doctor said it's strep. Like they cultured it, it's strep. It could also be strep and something else. Traditionally, the something else would be Epstein-Barr virus. EBV often could be a kind of culprit for a lot of neck stuff, a lot of lymphatic concerns, swollen glands. And if the person's fighting an infection from EBV, that can also weaken their immune system so that they pick up strep again. They pick up strep again. There might be something behind the scenes going on as well. So I also think about that as outside of just, oh, you have an infection, let's treat your infection. I would want to know what is going on with your stomach and your gut. Are you feeling any concerns with that area? Are you dealing with any underlying kind of autoimmune things like colitis or Crohn's? Or are you dealing with any type of autoimmune condition that could be kind of making your system a little bit more weakened and then allowing you to pick up these infections in the world? Basically, having autoimmunity means that your barrier, your like energy field, so to speak, is weakened, and that allows you to pick things up a little bit quicker than the average person. So gut microbiome health is huge. A lot of my women are like, wait, I could take a probiotic while the kid's on the antibiotic? You should be. So I just want to let you know this quick little video is really just about there's other alternative options for infections. And if you're saying we've done that, it's 4 or 5 times, there's something that's not being addressed that does need to be addressed at a deeper level. Maybe another infection, maybe some digestive issues. A lot of little ones have colic and esophagus issues, and they come out where the sphincter is not tightened at the bottom. They tend to be like little ones tend to have naturally some of the digestive issues just from birth, but that will cause problems with their immune system. So if a little baby comes out with all these digestive issues, they end up having issues with their immune system sometimes later in life. They could have issues. I don't want to say that they will certainly have issues, because that's not true, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope it was a little bit helpful. There are people that work with holistic medicine and herbals and botanicals and all these amazing things that aren't going to trade or make a deal with the devil, meaning that, oh, I'll give you this, but then you give me this thing in return. That's kind of what antibiotics do, is, oh, I'll fix your infection in your throat, and then I'll make you have diarrhea and constipation and get really, really bloated, and then we'll weaken your gut, and then you'll get something else again in a month. No thanks, right? So the antivirals, the antimicrobials, the antibacterials that are herbal could be in the form of sprays, could be in the form of tinctures, liquids, botanicals, herbs, enzymes. There's lots of different types. There's also some teas. There's just other options. That's really the point of today, is there's other options for little baby. So just know that if you're a mom out there saying, what do we do with the kid? That's step 1. So, hi, Carrie, you're the best. Good morning. Good morning, guys. So I'm going to head out, though. I just finished a really good workout. It's hot. It's so humid. I felt like the gym was so humid, too. It was a little hard to breathe. I was like a little extra winded. But I'm going to go in and then get ready for the day, and just wanted to share strep throat is running on the rampant. There's other alternatives. Okay. Do you guys have any questions though about this before we head out? Specifically, we're talking about strep. I'll save this if you're just joining us now. I'll save this little thing I'm sharing with some of my moms that have little ones. There's an influx of, I would say just in general, the kids have been very, very sick this year. When you coop everybody up and then you say, everyone go back into the sandbox at the same time, germs get spread, right? So the fact that we were all cooped up a little bit for 2-3 years, now the germs are being passed around, everyone's getting everything. And this year for the little ones has been a very difficult year immune-wise. So there's options, there's herbals and all the things. So anyways, guys, have a good day, good morning. And if you haven't moved today, this is your sign. Get moving, get to the gym, get your steps in, get a walk going, something. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. Yoga, Pilates, Bikram, cycling, stretching, whatever it is. Get yourself moving. I'll talk to you guys soon.